friends, welcome back to my channel. My name's Tiffany. Today's video is going to be an oldie but a goodie, kind of a classic minimalist 10 things that I no longer buy video. I did find myself buying more things than I probably needed during the time that I was home and not working. Let me know if you guys found yourself doing the same thing. Not to say that I didn't use the things that I purchased or that I bought, but I definitely didn't need them. So without further ado, let's get into the video. Some of these are things that I just haven't bought since I became a minimalist. Some of these are things that I still do not buy. Some of these you will also find in some of my really old things that I no longer buy videos, but I'm just kind of like re-updating it. So the first thing is magazines. I don't buy magazines. I've been like given magazines that people are getting rid of themselves, and then I'll read them and pass them on. But I don't buy them anymore. I was at the airport last month traveling and had the temptation to buy one because I thought, oh, I haven't traveled in so long, but I did not because I brought a book to read already. So yeah, I don't buy magazines. I just feel like everything that you read in a magazine can be found on the internet. The reason I used to love magazines was keeping up with celebrities or seeing, like, you know, the silly things like what they're eating and what their daily life looks like. But now, because of social media, we can see that from their own personal accounts anyway. All right, number two. This is something that I spent a lot of money on during quarantine, and that is skincare. Which, not to say that's a bad thing, because I have learned a lot more about my skin. I think that I just bought too much stuff and realized once I used something up, like, I would never buy that again. I have actually always had super sensitive skin, and I do use all natural products. I one time tried a Rodan and Fields and had a horrendous reaction. I had to go to urgent care to get a steroid shot to take care of it. It was so bad. And that was kind of me like trying to branch out and try something new. I don't know, it was stupid. But I discovered a couple new companies during quarantine and bought some of their products, and I used them all and I liked them all, but I honestly, at the end, felt like my skin didn't look any different. If anything, it was a little more dry than it had been before, and that's something that I really struggle with, is dry skin. I've just kind of reverted back to using really simple products. I don't wash my face with face wash anymore. I was trying face washes during quarantine, and they dry my skin out too much. I just can't. So I just wash my face with water. If I need to exfoliate, I'll use baking soda. And then I do have some serums that I use now, and I have a bottle of moisturizer that I bought, but it really, just my skin just soaks in moisturizer and then it feels dry again. So I use oil instead, and it just helps my really dry skin. I just have found that really, truly, less is more if you have sensitive skin. It's hard because the older I'm getting, the more I'm noticing wrinkles, but at the same time, it's almost not worth damaging the rest of my skin to try products to help with the wrinkles. And not to say that any of the products I purchased caused any damage to my skin, but I just didn't notice the results that I wanted. And I'm getting the same results with just a simple routine. My friend Danika is a makeup artist, and she just posted recently a free skincare video about the things that you can do to take care of your skin that don't cost anything and that you do not have to have expensive products for. And I've been doing some of the tips that she has, and I've really actually noticed a difference, especially keeping a barrier between my skin and the sun now, which, not my favorite thing to do, but it really works. So I will link her video here or down in the description so you can watch it. Like I said, free. They're just things that you can do every day to help improve your skin. Number three are paper towels and napkins. When I first moved in here, I was buying paper towels and napkins just out of convenience because it was easier. But I'm no longer doing that. I finally found some really cool like paper towel alternatives that we use as paper towels and napkins and to clean up spills. and I love them. I will link them below as well. I'll link everything that I mentioned in this video, any kind of product below. Not that there's a lot of products, but if I do mention anything, I'll link them below. All right, number 4, this one, yeah. Our learning subscription. So I signed up for Skillshare, never used it. I bought some courses for Adobe, never used it. Bought a couple like $10 ebooks for different things and have not even used them or looked at them yet. And I did all of this during the time that I was stuck at home because I thought, surely I have time to do these things. No, I had time to do them, but I didn't want to do them. Now I'm just, if there's not something that I want to learn bad enough to research and find free information on it, then I don't want to learn it bad enough to pay for it. Number 5, this one's kind of weird because we actually right now can't even use these in stores anymore, and that's reusable totes. I have a bunch of them. I kind of like collected them for a while because I was using them in grocery stores, but I am not buying them anymore, and I'm not buying any kind of reusable bags. I did purchase some like cooler bags, I guess. They're like big cooler bags for your car for when you do go shopping, because it's so hot here that even if the store's not far away, your groceries will melt or become room temperature on your way home. So I did buy those. So yeah, reusable totes, I'm not buying anymore. I just feel like it's something that I have to carry around in my car, and I hate more than anything my car having a bunch of stuff that I don't use. I just don't like leaving stuff in my car. I like my car to be super simple, and I always kept those tote bags in my car. Number 6, don't quote me on this because I actually do need to purchase a purse, but I'm not buying purses anymore. I actually haven't bought a purse since the beginning of the year, and it wasn't even a purse that I bought, it was a fanny pack for work. And I actually use that thing a lot. Really handy, super easy, but I kind of do need like a purse. I have one that I've been using for a really long time, and it's just so dirty now. But yeah, I actually haven't really been buying purses a lot for a long time, so that's kind of like something that's rolling over that I've always kind of done. I love the fanny pack, honestly. It's kind of nerdy, but it's just like very practical. All right, number 7. This is kind of hard to believe, especially since my last video was a plant tour, but I'm not buying plants anymore, and that's because as much as I love them, where I'm living now doesn't have a lot of good natural light. So some of them just weren't doing so well. The ones that are doing well though are thriving, and I've decided instead of buying new plants like for low light environments, I'm going to work on like regrowing produce. So right now I have some basil growing, and I have green onions regrowing. So they were green onions that I bought and like cut the bottoms off and put them in water, and now they're growing again. I use green onions in everything. I love them. So I'm hoping to plant them and just have like green onions forever. And then I have one less thing that I have to buy, and also for some reason they wilt really bad in our fridge, and I'm always wasting them because they're always wilted by the time I go to use them. So I'm hoping that this kind of helps with that too, where I will just be able to cut one and put it on my salad or with dinner or whatever and not waste so much. Okay, and number 8 is cutesy kitchen stuff. I've never actually bought a lot of kitchen stuff, and a lot of the stuff that I have in the kitchen was gifted to me. I'm pretty simple and minimal in the kitchen. I do like mugs, and actually most of the mugs that I have were gifts as well. I try to stop myself from buying mugs and stuff. But during quarantine, I was thinking of buying new plates and like matching plate sets and new silverware and all this stuff, and I thought, you know what, I don't need any of this. Everything we have works just fine. I don't need to buy stuff just so that it looks good or just so that it goes together. Someday maybe, but right now I don't need that, and I can save the money to do something else with. All right, number 9. This is something that I went a little crazy with last year, and that is Christmas decorations. This apartment complex did like a contest last year. Whoever had the best decorated door for Christmas would get $50 off their rent. Never heard anything about it. I really went all the way and decorated our door. I think I have a picture, I'll put it up, but never heard anything. They didn't even announce if anybody won, so have no clue if anybody won. I ended up taking a lot of the decorations back because I knew I wouldn't use them again, and bought obviously decorations for inside, because Christmas is my favorite holiday and I do love Christmas decorations, but I think that I've got just enough and I like it 'cause it's quite simple, and I really liked how it looked last year. As much as I love Christmas and I love Christmas decorations, by the time Christmas is over, I'm sick of seeing all of the stuff filling the spaces that I normally have empty, and I always decorate early because I'm so excited. So I think I'm gonna try to wait this year a little bit longer. We'll see. But this year I'm not letting myself buy any Christmas decorations. I'm not even gonna go look at Christmas decorations this year unless I need lights or something. That's the only thing that I will let myself get, are Christmas lights. Because if you get the clear ones, you can kind of use them all year anyway. And then number 10, this is something I just started doing last year, like right before Christmas, and that is that I'm not buying greeting cards or like birthday cards, I think they're called greeting cards, anymore. I always did that because, I don't know, I just always felt like everybody buys somebody a card when you give them a present. I don't know what it is about cards, and I do love getting cards. A lot of cards that I get are very meaningful and I will hold on to some of them, but some of them, you know, you just are stuck with them and you have to carry them around forever if you don't want to get rid of them or whatever. I just feel like cards are one of those things that you end up stashing away and forgetting about, and they're there and taking up space. So I'm just trying to pay more attention to what I'm giving people, and if it's not something that I would want to have to worry about carrying around, then I'm not gonna give it to somebody else. So yeah, not doing greeting cards anymore. Sorry for anybody who loves them, but I did send cards to my grandparents who live in Oregon, only because, you know, we don't do gifts or anything, so we'll just send cards, and grandparents love that. So those are the 10 things that I'm no longer buying, some things that are old and some things that are more recent. Let me know a couple things maybe you're not buying anymore, or even something you are buying ever since quarantine, you realize you need that, or it makes your life better in some way. I hope you guys have an awesome day, and I will see you guys in my next video.